project management using Primavera 6. Okay, and 1 hour webinar, and in this webinar we are going to have a good overview about project management and Primavera 6. Okay, and I will give you my introduction. My name is Engineer Waqas Ahmed, and I have been working in issue about internet today. So I will give you my introduction. My name is Engineer Waqas Ahmed. I have been working for last 10 years in Aramco, Saudi Arabia, and I have worked in UAE, ADNOC, and then I have worked on oil and gas projects, and I have worked for international market. And in this webinar, I will use my experience, and I'll give you impact of project management using Primavera 6. So first of all, let's define this thing there, that this webinar is useful for civil engineers, mechanical engineers, and electrical engineers. There is a question that how, so I'm going to explain that thing as well. And before that, I will just mute everybody's mic. And here, I'm going to tell you that this Primavera 6 and project management skill is most valuable and most demanding in the job market. If you have Primavera 6 skill, then it is very easy for you guys to grab some job. And as per construction industry, it is compulsory to submit project management work on Primavera 6. Organizations require P6 skilled planning engineers to meet standards. And what are the career perspectives if you know Primavera 6 and you know how to execute your project management with respect to your industry category. And here you can work as a planning engineer in the industry, either it is construction industry or plant shutdown industry. And then you can also serve as project manager. It depends on your experience. You can work as construction manager, and then if it's about plants or manufacturing units, you can also work as production manager. So this course is going to lead you these all positions to work with effective techniques. So Primavera 6 is basically a professional software, and this is totally working on the basis of project management standards. And on one way, Primavera 6 is going to use for the construction industry, either it is the road project, building project, dam project, or there is some fabrication pipeline project, or there is some refinery or power plant project. And there is another usage of Primavera 6. There is another industry, plant shutdown industry, like refineries. They need maintenance, they need shutdown, turnaround, and you can also use Primavera 6 for that management. And then production industry usage can also be under the category of Primavera 6. So Primavera 6 is basically having a wide usage. It is a software just like Excel, just like AutoCAD, just like Revit, but it is about the project management. It is data processing software. And what we are going to do on Primavera 6, once we are going to make our project management, we are going to make our scope management on Primavera 6, we are going to define our time management on Primavera 6, we are going to make our cost management, cost control plans on Primavera 6. There is resource management, there is risk management, and there is communication management. I mean to say that report development, and then there is integration management. You have to come on the single points after doing scope, time, cost, resource, risk. You have to integrate all these knowledge areas. So all these things, human mind cannot memorize all these complex data. So Primavera 6 is a software which can easily help you to maintain all these management areas, and then you can integrate these areas. Okay, and then moving on to the next slide. Benefits of this webinar and the skills of Primavera 6 and project management. Obviously, high salary for Primavera 6 skilled engineers. How I will give you an analysis. Primavera P6 skilled engineers get more salary than those engineers who don't know about Primavera 6. I will give you a survey in Pakistan that usually in Pakistan, if there are two engineers, there are fresh engineers. One engineer know about Primavera 6 and one doesn't know about Primavera 6, then there is the difference between the salaries. 40 to 60,000 and 20 to 35,000. And if you talk about the GCC countries, I mean UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, and the same scenario, if there is one P6 skilled engineer and there is one non-P6 skilled engineer, then there is the difference as per Pakistani currency. There is 150,000 to 200,000 and 80,000 to 1 lakh. Okay, so that is the difference between salaries. So let's start. What is this skill? For fresh engineers, it's going to help you how market will manage their work. Okay, after you will learn Primavera 6, after you will learn about construction industry, whatever your field is, this course or this webinar is going to help you that how market is going to help, is going to conduct your practical way work. Okay, and the most valuable training for the engineers to earn the good salary. And then there are the benefits of for the mid-career level engineers, the people who are having 3 to 4 years of experience. By learning of this course, they can join any multinational companies in GCC countries. And then advanced level course will help you to manage complex projects with multitask in easy way. So that is about the career prospects, about the learning of this skill. And you can boost up your career by finding your multinational company job. And then we are going to study now learning about this skill. First of all, just assume the situation that in the market, in newspaper, in advertisement, on any platform, you will be addressed with planning engineer role. How there would be a job ad? How would be there a job advertisement? So any company who is going to publish one job requirement, one planning engineer requirement, they need a person who must know about the work schedule preparation, time management standards, including critical path method. They will mention this thing in job requirement area. I'm discussing all these things with reality, because the way we just look up on newspaper, we just look up on any job advertisement, there would be all these things written over there that you must know about these things before starting your planning career. So resource planning and allocation, you must know about it. Coordination with site team, look ahead plans and site progress, KPI based progress reports, and then S curves and cash flows. Okay, so these all the requirements required by the multinational companies who are looking forward to for a effective planning engineer. Planning engineer is very visionary role, because he's going to control your costs, he's going to control your time, he's going to control your scope, he's going to control, or he's going to plan your resources. So this is the backbone of the industry. It's going to lead you the project management post in the future time. So it is visionary role. How you can be the good best planning engineer? I would give you recipe for the best professional planning engineer. He must know about the project oriented knowledge, he must know about the product oriented knowledge, and he must familiar or expertise should be in the Primavera 6 skill. What are the project oriented knowledge? I will explain this thing. Once you are going to talk about the time, about any project, that how much time it will take, how much cost it will take, and you are going to plan, you are going to control cost, you are going to plan about resources, you are going to plan about your scope management, procurement management, your site work data, your updates in Primavera 6, and your reports and analysis. All these things would be under the umbrella of project oriented knowledge. I will give you an example. Let's say you are going to start construction of a road or building or dam or any satellite, vehicle, automobile, mobile, website, any product in this world. You need time management, you need cost management, how much cost would be required to develop that project successfully, how many resources are, what are the resources you need to, so in every product development you need all these areas. So these areas would be common, their concept, their details would be different from one product to another product, but not that much. So this knowledge would be called as project oriented knowledge. So what is product oriented knowledge? Might be possible all the guys who are right now in this session might be working in the offshore area, might be some of you guys working on the road construction projects, some of you guys working in the maintenance plants, pipeline project, fabrication project, or building project. So every person having a different career line, having a different product oriented career. So how much you know about your product, how you know that how your road will be developed, how many stages there are. There is earthwork, there is road work, there is sub-base. Like this way, if you have road project, you know that you have to conduct survey, then design will be finalized, then earthwork, then road work. These are the stages to develop a road. The same way, there is power plant. There would be survey, design, but there is a difference. There is civil works, then mechanical works, then piping works, then electrical works. So these are called product-oriented knowledge, the knowledge which is relevant to that product development, the standards, the procedures which you carry on to develop a successful project would be called as product-oriented knowledge. So we are familiar with product oriented knowledge and project oriented knowledge. That is very, very important thing to understand at this level. So third skill is Primavera 6. We are going to discuss about Primavera 6, but before that we have to know about what is project management. Project management is basically using or utilizing your knowledge. What is knowledge? University has given you knowledge by books. Your previous experience has given you the knowledge about the things. Skills like Excel, like Primavera 6, tools like Primavera 6, process and procedures like methodology, what process your company is following. So combining all these things to get your project successfully done is called project management. Using your knowledge, skills, tools, process and procedures during your project life cycle is called project management. So what is project life cycle? It is the backbone of your concept. The project life cycle includes the first phase is called initiate phase, second phase planning, third phase is execution phase, then you have monitor and control phase, and then you have closing phase. Let's start with initiate phase. What happens when your project starts? The first of all, first document, let's say you are going to start a road, you are going to develop a building, and you are, let's say another project like pipeline. The first document will be developed, would be called as feasibility report. After feasibility report, your feed or front end engineering design or basic engineering document is going to compile. Then your planning commission pro forma number 1 will be compiled, and then your bid will be done. So let's go into the details of feasibility. Feasibility is the document in which you can evaluate either your project is going to give you the benefits in terms of money or services. So if your feasibility is yes, then your project management will allow you to proceed on the further stages. If your feasibility is in the negative output, then your project will be ceased at that stage. So let's assume that your feasibility is outcome is yes. Now you have to produce your second document, front end engineering design. In this phase, you are going to evaluate rough cost estimates and technical issues about the product. Once your feed is done, then you have to compile your third document, planning commission pro forma number 1, which will be comprised of your necessity, need of that project, objective of that project, outline design, and rough cost estimates. After this is done, this is engineering estimate as well. And then you have, after engineering estimate, you will go into the tender and bidding. In this, you will pre-qualify the people who are going to bid for this project. Then you are going to make the bidding. There can be single stage to involve technical bid and financial bid. And then after that, there is a complete procedure of bidding. Here I'm just touching the overview. So at the end, you will just go and finalize one lowest bid to one of the submissions, and award of contract will be done one of the contractors or service companies. Once your project will be awarded, your initiate phase will be done. Your initiate phase belongs to higher level people, senior managers. They will compile all the data. If you are fresh engineer, you have no concern with this phase, because this phase would be done in the client side area, which is carrying most experienced people in the industry. Once you will be experienced enough, you will also deal all these issues. But I am discussing all these things to just deliver the complete story of project management. Now your planning phase is going to start. In planning phase, you are going to conduct your project-oriented knowledge areas. You are going to define your project in terms of your scope baseline. That would come under the tag of scope management. You will define your project. You will write your project on Primavera 6 or on Excel. So writing procedure would be called as scope management with proper WBS technique. And then you have time management, that how much time you will take to complete that project. Although all these things would be mentioned in contract and agreements, we would go in the details, but not right now. So you would conduct time estimation, the time required to complete your project. Then you have resource management. What resources you need to complete that project? How many resources you need? So this is come under the tag of resource management. And in planning phase, you are also going to conduct cost estimation so that you have idea that how much cost you are going to spend on this project. Then there are different materials like steel, like electric boards, like electric panels, crush, cement, concrete, everything you need to procure. So for that purpose, you have to study procurement management. And then you have risk management, unforeseen circumstances. You also have to deal with all those things. So one by one, scope management, time management, resource management, cost management, procurement management, and risk management. Once you will conduct all these knowledge areas on your product, on your road, building, or whatever the product is, you will come up with one kind of document that would be called planning package. You will submit this planning package to the client, and this planning package will be comprised of project schedule, which will give you the information that which work is going to start on what date. Okay, with critical path method, you must have this planning package with S curves or cash flows. Then you have resource histograms, engineering document register, and then procurement register, and then construction statistics. These all documents would come under the tag of planning package, and this planning package would be submitted to the client so that you can submit all these documents before mobilization or whatever the contract agreement between you and the client. Once your planning package would be submitted, it is done. Your next phase is going to start, that is called execution phase. So in execution phase, you will mobilize your resources on site and you will continue your work as per your contract and agreement and BOQ. It depends on your project. Either it can be civil scope of work, mechanical scope of work. And then during execution phase, when you are going to execute your work, your monitor and control phase also will be started during your execution phase. Because whatever work is being conducted in the execution phase, you have to monitor. You have to monitor about your project progress. Then you have to measure your project performance and develop earned value management basis reports in your Primavera 6. And then you have to generate your S-curves, histograms, spreadsheets of actual or execution phase. This is the responsibilities or the job description areas in monitor and control phase. Then you have the last closing phase or closeout phase. In closeout phase, you are going to make punch list. You are going to make your project closing documents, as built drawings and as built plan, and that's done. This is your project life cycle. That is the way how you will conduct your project management. That was the overview. Now I'm going to tell you about Primavera 6, and then we will jump on Primavera 6 software and we will know that how we can understand Primavera 6 with project management standards. So you guys know already that Primavera 6 is a software. It is project management based software in which you can load your scope management, your WBS, your activities. You can network your activities with each other to make your critical path method. In Primavera 6, you can schedule, you can prepare your scheduling, you can have different formats, you can have customization options, you can have activity codes and cost accounts, you can have layouts and user-defined columns. These all are the features of Primavera 6. and then you have activity types, critical, non-critical, predecessor, successor, task dependent, resource dependent. There are multiple activity types. I'm just mentioning over here the popular feature of Primavera 6. Resource customization and stacked histograms, then filters and bars, then you have S-curves, cash flows and Primavera 6, then you have spreadsheets, then you have project tracking methodologies, resource labeling, and then earned value management systems. So, and then at the end, there is a reporting tool. So let's, before start planning your project on Primavera 6, to get planning package, you must know what documents you require, because you are in planning phase. Because I'm supposing that there are fresh engineers, there are mid-career level engineers, so they will start from planning phase. So before starting your project development, what are the documents you must know from where you will extract the information? So here is the list. You must have contract agreement. You must have BOQ, bill of quantity, in which your work description would be there, quantities would be there. There is acceptance letter. This is the part of contract agreement. This document will provide you your project start date and your project finish date, your project duration, your project cost, and then your deliverable list, that how many deliverables you have in your this project, then your timeline, and then your budget cost breakdown, and then your resource list with productivity. All these documents you must prepare before jumping into the planning phase. Okay, so let's start with Primavera 6, that how to develop a new project file. Logical sequence of work is also the important thing. You must know that how your work will be carried on as per the site sequence. Project constraints, if there are some constraints applied by the client, there is a requirement by client, then you also have to incorporate, and you must know about those constraints. So after doing all these things, you will prepare your project schedule, project critical path, whatever. These all also the components of your planning package. Okay, you will get all these things at the end of planning phase. And let's start to develop project file in Primavera 6. I'm going to share with you Primavera 6 dashboard, and here right now we are on Primavera 6 dashboard. Before doing anything on Primavera 6, I'm going to tell you that how to use Primavera 6. First of all, just understand this is a Primavera 6 dashboard. We will call it Primavera 6 dashboard. Okay, and this is the Primavera 6 toolbar menu. There are different kind of images, icons, tags, whatever you can call it, it's okay. And there are few commands on the top side here. Okay, file, edit, view, project, enterprise, tools, admin. On one side of this window, you can see different columns, and on the other side of this bar chart, there is bar chart area. Whatever we need to do in Primavera 6, we have to give command to Primavera 6. Primavera 6 will take that command and give us the parallel outcome. So how we will do this? I will be using these commands. Okay, whatever the command I will click, I will be given this window. This window would be called as drop down window. So before going to develop new project file, I'm going to share with you whiteboard and how to develop a new project file in Primavera 6. I'm going to write the process flow diagram. You guys also note down this. You have to develop a new project file, because in Primavera 6 you can develop multiple project files at one time. It's not like that you can only develop one project. You can take all your organization into Primavera 6. There are different departments, there are multiple projects. So every time you are going to start a new project, you have to make a new project file. So how to do that action? You have to click on file in toolbar menu. Once you will click on that button, you will be given a new window. In this window, you have to, there is a drop down window and you have to click on new. Once you will click on new, you will be given a new window. In this window, you have to give some kind of information to Primavera 6. Here, I'll give you an example that in my college days or in my school days, whenever I am going to buy a new register for my homework, let's say for physics or chemistry, on the first page, what we all guys have been writing, our name, our class name, our roll number, school name, department name. So all that information you also have to provide here to Primavera 6, your project department, your project name, your project dates, your project manager, and there is your project rate type. I'm going to explain each and everything while doing this on Primavera 6. Let's share Primavera 6 dashboard with you guys. And here I'm going to share with you while clicking on file. This is file. I'm going to click on this button. There is drop down window because I'm going to generate a new project file. So I'll click here on new. And once I'll click on new, you will be given this window. And this is EPS. EPS means enterprise project structure. It means departments. Enterprise means any company, any organization which is going to work in your country as per the rules or regulations of that country would be called as enterprise. Project structure, how many departments that company have. So if I'll click on this button, we can also customize our departments as per our requirement, but right now we are developing a new project file, so I'll consider Primavera 6 inbuilt departments. I'm going to click here EPC project. Let's say our project is EPC project or construction industry project, so I'm going to give one department to my this newly generated project. So there is engineering, procurement, construction. Click on next. There would be a new project name. Let's say airport construction project. So this is my new project, airport construction project, and this is the name of our project, and then click on next. So there we have to provide Primavera 6 which day this project is going to start. So if I'll click in this area, I'll be given this calendar window. In this window I can move on. I can see that these buttons can give me months changing, and let's say my project is going to start from 22nd July. I'll click on that certain date, click on select, and my date has been allocated over here. At this stage I will not allocate any finish date because I know during this planning phase I have to estimate each and everything. So I have to estimate finish date by my resource availability means. So I have to click on next. There would be responsible manager name over here, but right now we have not developed any our project management team, so we can also do it later on. So for formality purposes you can click on next, then again rate type, because later on when you are going to allocate your rates to your individual resources, it will ask you which rate terminology you are going to use as per your contract. So take it as formality. Again click anyone, because you can also change this one later on. So click on next, and congratulations, you have made a new project file. I'm going to click on finish, and now how to open newly generated project file. So again I have to click on open. This time drop down window I have to click open again. I will click on file first, and then I will click on open. And once I'll click on open, I will be given EPS window, I mean department window. In that window, I must remember the department name, and I should go in that department and select my project name. I know that my project name is airport construction project. So I'm going to share with you Primavera 6 dashboard, and here you can see I'll click on file and open. There is department window, EPS window, and there is my project. You can see, you can minimize all these departments, and there is my department EPC, and I can go and I can find here airport construction project. In this department I can click on open, and you can find a newly project file has been developed over here. Now we have to understand what is the contract between client and service company or contractor company. After we will understand about the contract and agreement, we will go into the BOQ and deliverable list. So we will go into the project, and first we will click on WBS, and then we have to develop our deliverable list in this area, and then we have to go into the activities, and we have to develop all the BOQ activities in our Primavera 6 project plan. Meanwhile, we also have to do some basic settings, calendar setting, currency setting, all those things in Primavera 6, this bar area setting, timeline setting, from basic to advanced level, everything will be covered which will make you expert in Primavera 6. Okay, so moving on to the slide so that I can uh, this webinar is the introduction of project management using Primavera 6, but if you want to take extensive training, if you want to be expert in Primavera 6 using project management for construction industry or plant shutdown industry or delay analysis, you can just WhatsApp on this WhatsApp number, because you all guys have been enrolled by this WhatsApp number. So you can just enroll for the full complete course, and you can text in this WhatsApp. And it depends which course you want to learn. If you will ask about the registration for full course, what is the fee, it will be mentioned there as per your course requirement. If you are going to take, there is fee difference in fee. It varies from course to course, and it will be Primavera 6 P6 for EPC industry, construction industry. Then second course is Primavera 6 for shutdown or plant maintenance industry, and the third course is Primavera 6 for delay analysis and claims management. Okay, and for Primavera 6 version, you can go Google Oracle e-delivery, and you can just download Primavera 6, or you can request me on WhatsApp. After your registration, I will be sharing with you setup, and I will help you to install that setup in your system. And once it's done, you can register to learn full course in following categories. That's already done actually, and it's actually revised. What is the methodology with Primavera 6, with Primavera Institute? Real project-based data working. We will share with you real-time industry data, BOQ, everything. I will not only guide you that how to work on Primavera 6, I will also guide you that how you have to take your data as per the contract and agreements, how you have to break down your project, what are the tips, what are the my previous experience tips I'll be sharing with you guys in this course. Then proactive approach for learning, and then question answer feedback in this session. You will always be in touch with me, and you can anytime you can ask the question. I'll be supporting you guys while learning this course. And then at the end of this course, you will be learning planning engineer interview, and then I will be providing you study material for this course. And then assignments also will be given to you guys. You have to solve the things. If you are unable, I will help you to guys, because this will help you to understand project management in real-time industry perspective in more accurate way. After course, you can come back and revise any lecture you need anytime. Okay, so that is the big thing I think we are offering for all those people who are looking forward to learn professional skills like Primavera 6 and project management. And I have already mentioned all those courses like EPC industry, plant shutdown industry, and delay analysis and construction claims. And other unique features of Primavera Institute's most comprehensive courses available in market today. I will challenge you guys, you can Google, and you can come back to me on WhatsApp. You can ask me the price, and then I'll be giving you the details. And online classes, and from home you can attend. That's it. And now if you want to ask anything, I'm here. You can ask me anything you want to ask. It's your time, guys. Yes.